Okay, so
Are we
uh,
only going to be using D&D Beyond
yeah,
today,
we're
or
not
we
doing
using?
roll 20 today.
I
So we are going to pick up exactly where we left off last week. You guys are currently on an enchanted ship, heading towards Quetzalcoatl, and I believe one of your party members just got sent to essentially the Shadow Realm. Yizel, let me ask you. So, you are sent to. Here we go. Perfect. Utnapishtim, the god of water, wealth, and alcohol, gave you a drop of a very powerful amber liquid, and you are currently floating away from your body at a very fast rate. You blink, and you're in a room filled with nothing but light, and you blink again, and you wake to a very, very familiar study. Do you know this study? This is your grandfather's study, and uh, you were a very frequent visitor of this place. Can you describe your grandfather's study?
very happily when I describe the study. There is a fireplace in there, because my grandfather, though he was not a very homely person, he did enjoy homely aesthetics. On one wall, there is various books and scrolls and various smaller trinkets that couldn't be hung from his various adventures. And on the all opposing walls, there are weapons, swords, shields, daggers, claymores, things of the nature hung on the wall in various positions, all taken from various wars, adventures, and just general people he stole them from. Um, in front of the fireplace, there is a velvet chair that swings around, very much kind of like an office chair, but it's actually the second one in the room. Behind a desk, there is a thick oak desk, imported, that has very deep and various scratches and things in the framework of it. Each scratch or each design in it is actually from a different adventure that he has been on and that he traveled. And behind his desk is a satin infused with deerskin chair that he had handmade by the silk workers on his latest adventure before he died. And yeah, he also had a giant flask of what he always told me was the special family recipe of alcohol, similar to a mixture of Jack Daniels, Crown, and Hennessy, kind of all mixed together, but with a vanilla cinnamon taste at the end of it.
Oh,
Okay, awesome. So
Very
you
descriptive.
kind of
So
float in there, and you see all of this, and it brings back a flood of excitement and happiness, but also, would you agree that it also gives you kind of a twinge of sadness at the fact that he's no longer around?
yes, yes, it would.
Okay, so as you're looking around, you also notice a man in what appears to be dark robes. You know this. You know this from experience that his robes aren't cheap. They are well made. They are expensive. This person has says they have long white hair, and they kind of turn their wheelchair around and they look at you, and you know this just from your general studies of the world, not your beliefs, but just your studies. That this is Kwanzi Shao, the king of the dead, the god of the underworld, and he's looking at you, and he gestures for you to sit down at a chair that you've known all your life, because this is the chair that you would sit in as Osiris would regale you with his stories. Do you wish to take a seat?
Yes.
So Kwanzi Shao kind of rolls over a little closer to you, makes sure to keep a bit of distance, and he, with the wave of his hand, a book falls, and he kind of opens it up, fans through it, and closes it again. He says to you, "Do you know what this book is?"
Um, if the bindings on it are correct, that is my grandfather's logbook of his various adventures, ones that he had people write for him, so that we never forgot our history.
He kind of looks at you and nods, and he continues, "That is on the outside. That is true. Everyone's book takes a different appearance based on what comforts them. This is actually the book of your life. This every page has your life from start to finish. Vestra makes sure that at the time of everyone's birth, their story is written. That everything you do, every action, every thought is put together and bound into what looks to me is just a blank book with a picture of you on the front. And just as an agreement with him, I can't read it until you die. And that's why I brought you here today, because every once in a while, Vestra likes to take a few pages just to piss me off, and he took a few of yours, mainly the way you die. So, for a long time, you have had near death experiences and situations where you should not have come out, but you did because I can't reap you technically, where I can't send any of my agents to take what rightfully is mine at this point. But one person decided to, instead of me forcing my hand as the king of the dead, decided to make an offer that in lieu of reaping your soul, they would take your place, experience the pain of your death, and let you go on. And I have to ask, would Osiris be the type of person to have a well painted picture of themselves in their study?
Nah, I enjoy the looks of myself, but I'm not a very gaudy person in that manner.
That's fair. So in this instance, there is a picture of Osiris hanging up, and this is a scene from a old war story that Osiris would regale you with as a bedtime story. And this scene, you know, like the back of your hand because of the way Osiris would tell you this story over and over and over again. You could tell this to anyone at any time, and it'll just be the perfect rendition, word for word, beat for beat, of his telling. And Kwanzi Shao gestures to the painting, and he says, "Your grandfather took it upon himself to take your place instead of basking in the afterlife of a warrior. He decided that you should adventure the world and fall into things and be able to tell your own stories one day as he told you. But while you were gone, someone came to me with a better deal. So, for all intents and purposes, you are on your own."
Well, that makes a lot of sense, but to be fair, I always felt I was alone anyway. My grandfather said, "Why trust the hands of God when he has slain them himself? So never fall at the feet of them."
That's fair. That's fair. So, with that in mind, your grandfather's soul is no longer here. And if it happens, I will be forced to take your soul unless you can offer something better in its place.
So are you saying that So are you saying that right now I have to offer something?
Oh no, no, no. This is a courtesy call. Just
Hmm. A
as they
warning is.
got no, no, not a warning. I don't give warnings anymore. I'm a very litigious man. I am also a god of law, and this is just me covering my bases. I like to give everybody fair notice of all changes to the terms of their contract, and this is your notice.
Mm. Well, if that's the case, I appreciate that much. I will say this much for you. The next time we meet, one of three things will happen. Either I will have someone else as bargain for my soul. I will accept the terms of my death and I will follow you. Or I will have your head as my trophy. Very much likened to my grandfather's tales in the tower. And
So,
that is my contract with you.
so Kwanzi Shao reaches his hand out for a handshake. Do you take it?
My grandfather taught me to be many things, but a rude child is not one of them. Though my trust only goes as far as the hint of my shield, the hint of my battle axe, I will shake your hand.
So you do shake the hand, and I'm going to need a nature check from you.
Let's see, nature, nature, nature. Here we go. Click, click. Ooh, that is a 10. That's not pretty.
So as you shake his hand, you feel a prick on the back of your neck, and you don't really know. It isn't a painful prick. It's kind of like a piece of your clothing kind of just came a little bit unfrayed and stuck you. It isn't uncomfortable. It's just a mild annoyance at the sudden feeling. And as your hands separate, Quan Sha looks at you and he says, "Good luck." And with that, the room, a white light kind of floods into the room, and you blink, and you're back on the ship with Bu Li at the helm, steering towards the what appears to be a port city.
On. Ha! 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 Where am I? Is
Hey,
that, is
you.
that other, is that other god still here?
Glad to see you're awake. The guards caught us trying to slip. I can't do that Skyrim intro. But anyways, just glad to have you back.
Ah, where is that other god? The one that sent me there to see his lover.
Uh, Last I checked, he was below deck.
Hmm.
Now that you're back and not, dead, I'm gonna let my echo drive the boat. I have business to attend to with a certain halfling.
Hmm. His, his lover was not as cute as I expected him to be, and his hands could use a little lotion if I were a tried and true man myself.
Wait a minute, you talked Matt to a god and then went and visited his lover?
The god of death, yes, I talked to him. He only had this as a warning to me that the next time I am on death's door, it will be my last. Unless I can give him something to hold his tide until I'm ready to go.
You've been flirting with death for a minute.
I
So
know.
what does he consider more valuable than your soul?
That much I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait and see. We'll just have to cross that bridge when we get there, my friend.
Sounds like you need a virgin sacrifice.
I told the god of death that the next time I saw them, I would have one of three things would happen. Either I would have something better to offer than my soul, I would go with them, or I would take their head as my trophy. We're gonna have to see which one happens.
Um, good luck killing death. Yeah, I'm gonna go find that halfling.
You do. I am going to go have a drink with our company.
So while language. Um Vesden, where we last left off, you took Shanti upstairs because you didn't want to see what was going to be happening on the main deck. Would you say you're still upstairs?
Yeah, unless I heard something weird, unless I heard something extra unusual downstairs, I'm probably still upstairs.
All right. Oneki and Hyphen, the two of you also went upstairs towards the end. What would you guys be doing at this point?
I think Oneki is just. I think Oneki is just sleeping. Oneki has decided to solve all of her current problems by being asleep.
That's fair. Oneki,
Um,
oh, go ahead. Hyphen.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, actually, you go. You go.
Okay. I was thinking that Hyphen would be trying to like juggle for baby Shanti, just like awkwardly trying to, entertain her, and she would just be like, "No."
Yeah, that's about right. Oneki. Just off the top of your and Vesden, please hop in because you're my rules lawyer. How far do you think a Goliath could smell?
Smell?
Yeah,
I mean, you can also roll for perception on that. I feel like
Yeah.
in
that's
my
true.
head, I feel like you'd
So,
probably just roll perception for smell.
Okay.
uh,
All right, let's roll for it. Give me a perception smell. A perception roll with advantage, Oneki, please.
absolutely. Uh, oof. Perception?
Yeah.
That's a 6.
Okay,
Ooh.
so
Oh,
you.
wait.
Mhm.
Sorry, I thought that was a 1. It's actually a 7. So that is actually E8.
Ocho, ocho, ocho. So, with that, while you're sleeping, you kind of get tossed around by the waves, of course, but you are kind of gently awakened to by the smell of sea salt, but also some a very familiar smell on the winds. You can't quite put your finger on it, but it's a very familiar smell for you.
Wait, would I smell this as well? Since I only need to like sleep for a little bit, I don't need to sleep.
You would also smell it, but it's one of those things where you may have smelt it in passing during your assassin's work, but it wouldn't really mean anything to you.
Oh, okay.
Um, I think Aneki probably wakes up and tries to like get closer to the scent. So if there's a window down here that's above water, she'll go to that. If there's not, she'll go up onto the main deck.
Okay. There is a window. You look through it and it's a little too far to see, but you do know the view of this. It's a very familiar lighthouse to you. This lighthouse is the main lighthouse of the port city of Kokon within the Aresk territory. This territory you know because this is the territory that your best friend family has done most of their merchant work.
Um, hmm. Is there? I think Aneki is going to head back downstairs and she's going to start writing a letter to her best friend's parents at
Okay,
their last known business address in the city.
gotcha. So, with while you're writing your letter, Ezel, you said you wanted to try to go below deck to try to talk to Utnapishtim, correct?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
also,
gonna
can I?
Oh,
antagonize them some more.
hyphen. What?
After
What's?
he finishes that, can I try one more time to send out a bird? Since I got distracted last time and stabbed someone. So
Actually, go. Let's go ahead and try to send the bird.
okay. So what do we say? Speak with animals first.
Yes. Well,
Is
so
that
what
what
we're gonna
we're
do
gonna
is
do?
speak with animals. You're going to persuade them to take a message, and that'll just be either a persuasion check or an animal handling check.
So do I use the spell slot speak with animals and the persuasion, or is it one or the other?
It'll be actually just
Both
do the spell slot.
spell slot. Okay. All right. So I did that.
All right. So what's the message for the bird to carry?
I just want to see if my family's alive. Like they should be, but I don't know. So I guess like just telling the bird if you see these people, tell them to send the bird to me. Or these elves.
Okay. So with that, the bird
Yeah,
kind
so
of
they were elves.
squawks at you and looks at what birds do have, like they turn their heads like 90 degrees, well 180 degrees, like sideways, like they
Like an
don't have
owl?
bones. Yeah, but like a sea owl, a
I
sowl.
don't think regular birds could do that.
I mean, I'm not gonna fight a regular bird. Are you gonna fight a
Okay.
regular bird about it?
No, I don't like birds. Okay. So wait, so like how do I know the bird is like equipped to fly across there? Like how do I pick like a bird that can do some
So
distance?
right now you're at sea, so most of the birds there are seabirds like seagulls and such.
Hmm.
So it's more of a hope and a prayer that the seagull's gonna make it back home.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, it's the best I got. So, okay.
Okay. So the bird takes your message and flies in the direction of your village. Bully, you hemmed. What's up?
Oh, I was actually just clearing my throat, but I do need to find that halfling.
Okay. So, Ezel, you walk downstairs to see Utni Pishtim clearing out the very sparse liquor cabinet on an official naval ship.
Yeah.
He looks at
So,
you and he takes a big whiff and he says, "Oh, wow, Kwanzi Shell's kind of a dick. I love it."
mm, yeah, Quanti Child's had a lot of things to say about you. I'm really not gonna get into the what and the why. I really don't want to hurt your feelings on your anniversary, you know. But yeah, you know, whatever you say, big fella.
So he waves the bottle around and he points in the general direction of your left pectoral, and he says, "You haven't noticed it yet, have you?"
Hmm. Notice what? I'm gonna take a peek. So, what am I looking at here?
So you look down, and on your left pectoral there is a small glowing lump, and it's beating like it has a heartbeat.
Why ain't that a some bitch? Of all the ways I thought I would die, I never thought cancer would be the one to take me out.
Damn.
That is what this is, ain't it?
He looks at you and says, "No, no, 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 no. This. Oh, wow. He didn't tell. Oh, I'm gonna hold him for this one. This is, kid. You just gave me extra points to use against him. This is gonna be awesome. Okay, so essentially, what he did, uh, I he must have read your book, or what he could of it. But the thing about death is he sees everything, and I guess he saw some of the things you've been doing, so he put a curse on you. So I don't know the exacts of it without really getting close to you and studying it, which I don't want to do. But it looks like that lump is gonna be moving around you a bit and growing on you or in you. But you'll see. It'll be great. But really,
Mm,
kid, thank you for the brownie points I'm about to use against him. This is gonna be great.
Hmm. Well, if that's the case, I guess I'm going to be making good on my promise sooner rather than later. Thank you for that. When I say that, I turn around and I start walking back out. And I'm gonna scream this at the top of my lungs as hard as I can to get as many people to hear me as possible. Does anybody want to come with me to go kill the god of death? I promised the next time I saw him I would have his head as a trophy, and I basically just got confirmation glowing in my chest that that's gonna be the option that I choose.
So with that, I need you to roll 2d8s.
Oh my goodness, 2d8s.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, Jesus. Oh boy, that's not fun.
So when you said thank you, the glowing organism under your skin kind of danced, kind of fluttered a bit, and you gained 3 temporary hit points. But then when you went upstairs to threaten a god, you kind of hit a twing. You kind of felt like kind of like the feeling of kind of a muscle wanting to give you a Charlie horse, but it's not quite there yet, so it doesn't really matter. Doing 2 points of damage to that temporary, so you get 1 temporary hit point added to your HP.
I look down at this thing, so that's what you are. So what I'm thinking is I can't be unnecessarily mean or angry unless I'm provoked first.
Since Vez probably isn't asleep and is also a fairly light sleeper, he sticks his head out and says, "What's this I hear about trying to kill Death?"
So
And then he
so
kind of chuckles to himself because, like, and then says, kind of an oxymoron if you think, like a contradiction if you think about it. But anyway,
I don't necessarily want to kill him, but taking his head as trophy would be if I could just at least separate his head from his body, that would be really nice because he left this thing in me, and it seems like whenever I'm mean, it hurts me, but when I'm nice, it heals me, and I don't like that. That's not very orcish of me. My
Bully,
grandfather wouldn't like that either.
Bully would like to call out. You should have used protection, homeboy.
Vez walks up and tries to get a close look at it. Can I roll for perception?
Yes.
Do I hear all of this commotion from downstairs?
100%.
16.
Uh,
Vez just kind
I'll
of
come up.
It was like, oh, no wonder you seem more. You did kind of seem more ornery than usual.
So, Vezin, with that perception check, you do notice the the small thing under his skin, and you notice that it is moving across his body very slowly. So at this
I'm just
point,
like,
it's on his left clavicle instead of his left pectoral.
Not
I'm
even
gonna
said
I'm gonna
clavicle.
gently poke it with my dagger, just like very gently, not enough to cut it, just with the handle of it, just not like just to see if it's like a solid mass or something.
So you do, and you're the handle of your dagger. What you would think of poking a lump would feel like, it isn't there, as though it's passing through the lump, just touching his clavicle. So in a sense, it's there, but it's not there.
Ooh, that I was gonna say we could cut it out, but that kind of kills that idea.
How do you roll for surgery?
So would I know anything about this because I'm also cursed? Like would I know how to maybe hide it or like how to like diminish it or whatever?
You wouldn't know how to hide it, but you do know of it. This is a one of the things that the gods can do to people, just to try to steer them steer someone towards a different direction.
Man,
You've definitely,
Archie
your
Bucket.
elders in your village have definitely talked about this. It's not necessarily as a, they would talk about it in the sense of the boogeyman of like, don't do this or else the goddess of nature will do this to you type of deal.
I don't know how to like, like taking off an ankle monitor. Like I wouldn't know how to like pop it off.
No, you wouldn't know how to pop off the ankle monitor.
This man got a celestial general wart.
Oh my
on his
gosh, this
chest
man's
plate.
on celestial parole. Oh my god. Yo, my brain hurts. But no, you would not know how to do this. Everything you know of it is in the same sense of kind of like the elders telling you not to. How would I say this? It's more in the sense of do this and you'll get bad luck type deal. Like don't cut your nails on a Sunday, or don't whistle in the house, or open up a umbrella under a ladder type deal.
Okay.
Step
All
over your
right.
siblings' feet when you're crossing them.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Bully, you said you wanted to find the last of the three black halflings.
Yes, he should be chained up on the top deck.
Yes, he is still there. He's been
Wait,
baking in the
was that
sun.
their name?
I mean, they
This is
were
a
three
reference
black
to the
halflings.
podcast.
Yeah, it is a podcast. Okay.
Yes, Bully killed two of the three black halflings, and there's one black halfling left.
So I would like to search his pockets for his military ID.
Okay, slide hand, please.
I got a 9. Can I just spend more time searching for it?
Yeah, you find it. You find the ID. The halfling's name is Brock Corncob.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do I find? Let me investigate him some more.
He has 2 silver coins, if that's what you're looking for. That's about it.
I'm not looking for money. Does he have any keys and/or weapons on him?
No, this was a standard pickup mission. He didn't think he'd have to have a weapon on him.
All right. Is he conscious or unconscious?
Unconscious, corncob's been baking in the sun.
I'm gonna try to wake him up gently.
Okay.
All right. So you know how people will like approach a 3-year-old toddler or something, be like, "I got your nose."
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that with my vibrating hand.
Okay, I need you to roll a Constitution check, a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
I mean, I already have a 9, but let's see if I can get lower. Nope, 9 is the disadvantage.
So you want to use your vibrating hand. That's going to do 1d8 of force damage to you because you're still getting used to the fact that this is the thing that can give you a concussion. But you also do 1d8 to Corncob, giving him a concussion as well.
Let's see. I got a 2.
All right.
I don't think that'll KO me, will it?
I mean, I don't know, bro. Let me stop.
He got an 8.
Of course. So Corncob is now awake, looking very frazzled at the fact that you just vibrated his face.
That's oh no.
Hey, buddy. Buddy, can you hear me?
What? Where am I? Where am I? What am I doing?
Shh. It's okay. I'm with the Navy. You and your crew were attacked by pirates. We managed to fend them off, but unfortunately, it looks like you're the last survivor here.
Oh no. Oh no.
Do you have any family back at the house that may miss you?
Casper. Bunati, no. We were going to open up a bakery. We were going to beat the 3 black bakers.
You're so wrong for this, Nick.
Bunati loved to cook. And you can see the fact that Corncob is bawling at the fact that his friends are now gone and they will never open the bakery / cafe with Casper and Bunati.
Do I hear the crying?
You do
I
hear the
hear this?
crying.
I'm
I
gonna
do.
stick my head in too.
Nah, I want to go in there full. I want to go straight full tilt in here. Like, what is the cry?
Sir, your audio peaked.
Exactly. I was came in screaming, asking what all the crying was about.
So with Kornikov
Mm-hmm.
believing that his friends were killed by pirates, right?
Yeah.
I want to give him the description of the captain whose boat we left, the
Mm-hmm.
one that was sunk by a kraken.
Yeah. Robin
I want to,
Lightfoot.
yes, I want to give him that description as like the pirate leader, and I want to ask him if he knows anything about fixing the communications radio.
He looks very angry. He's like, I knew I shouldn't have trusted her. She was too nice and polite. And he looks at you. He says, I wasn't a communications officer. I was the guy who drove the boat.
Okay, okay. Well, the best thing we could do right now is to reach this boat to port safely, and then we can get in contact with our superiors and go from there. That sounds like a good plan, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, since you're most experienced, how about you drive the boat for us, and we'll try to keep everything in one piece. That work for you?
Yeah, I'm a little sleepy though.
Do
Oh
I
yeah.
overhear this?
You heard everything.
Can I make a medicine check to see if he has any like visible head wounds?
I mean, you just gave the man a concussion. So I'm not gonna have a. You can roll medicine if you want, but he has a concussion.
Dang, bro, how you gonna get this man a concussion like that though?
With smooth sailing. All right. I'm gonna ask him one last question.
Okay.
Your quarters and stuff are ready below deck. Do you have any standard operating manuals or procedures on board that might help us reconnect with forces on shore? On shore, it's been quite a minute since we've had to deal with this kind of thing. We just want to know, um, what your command structure was doing as opposed to other naval units.
No, Casper, that he was the communications officer. He kind of knew everything by her. All I know is that I report to the fleet admiral, and everyone under her would, just do everything that we were told because we're good soldiers.
Oh,
Boo
does your fleet admiral?
Nazi!
Does your fleet admiral know what happened?
Huh?
I don't think your fleet admiral know what happened. So we'll take care of that report writing while you go get you some rest, sailor.
But I'm in chains. I can't
You know
rest in
what?
chains.
I'll tell you what.
Uh,
Why don't you go to your sleeping quarters and we'll see if we can find a key and come back and get them chains off of you.
Okay.
uh, if it would
Take
help, I can cast sleep on you as well.
I don't know if that would be the smartest idea. Big fella, you know what? You know what? I've done enough today. I'm gonna let you go. And I'm gonna as he walks out behind Hyphen, I believe, I'm gonna stop Bully and kind of hold him back for a second. And I'm gonna whisper to him, "Hey, yo, man, why did you lie to him about what really happened, bro?
because I have a plan.
Did that plan involve him crying some more? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I just had to be the middleman between two jealous polyamorous lovers, and I really don't want to deal with crying right now. Plus, I got this thing growing out of me. I motioned at the little lump, and to be honest, if it means it's gonna kill me if I be mean enough, punting that little piece of shite off of this boat might be worth it.
That little piece of shite is what I call a key to greater shenanifuckery.
Well, then I pray that we find the the door that this key unlocks really soon.
Oh, don't worry. Behold, behold, we'll find the key to cross this pit of utter chaos and stupidity.
Vez just kind of sucks his teeth very quick and he says, I kill people living for a living. What you did to that man is some cold ass shit.
Just wait till you figure out what the rest of the plan is, my good sir. Just wait.
So my did
Jeez.
he
And the
see
Vez
you
just kind
fight
of like
him?
rubs his temples and just like, Jesus fuck.
You know,
Like,
that's the great thing about specific brain damage to the temple. It causes
Okay.
memory loss, especially under stress.
All right, because I'm like, if he saw you swing on him, then why is he trusting you?
Are you
Okay.
sure you want a person with a concussion driving the boat anyway? What if he falls asleep at the wheel or some shit?
Well, he should be going to fall
Going
asleep
to
to the
fall
turret,
asleep.
but all I need is somebody to vouch for us when we get to the next stage.
Maybe
They don't
somebody
know
could
he
heal
has
his
a concussion
concussion.
yet. They don't know he has a concussion yet.
Hmm.
So,
Oh, true, true, true.
Bully,
Um, since
um,
I've got you right here, my rogue buddy, I managed to get his military IDs. Do you think you could forge some documents for all of us as if we were military personnel? We don't need them right away, but if we get in a situation, it could be very helpful.
I can try. I can. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. And I get to I don't deception on this or dex roll. I actually don't haven't rolled. I forget what I rolled last time. I think I rolled deception.
I'm not certain, but we do have time before we hit shore.
I'm rolling deception. Ah,
So,
rolled a 19.
woo!
I just kind of give. I just say I'm just trying to keep us out of trouble. So I could at least do this. But whatever this is, I kind of gesture in the general direction of the halfling. I'm like, yeah, I don't want any part of that.
Well, we managed to kill his friends, and we know that he has a command structure. He's got a fleet admiral somewhere in the area. So I'm thinking we go undercover as military personnel. We've got the documents. Now all I need to do is go find the protocol book in his buddy's room or whatever, so that we can get the role play down, and we'll have ourselves a bigger, better boat. Cause last I checked, when you know fighting against a military power that's occupying at least two nations, you're gonna need some serious hardware. I can't think of nothing more serious than a warship. It'll be helpful somehow, some way. It'll come up, whether we crew it
I-
ourselves or whether we turn it over to the rebels we're gonna be working with. We can
Isn't
clone
this
it
kind of
just.
isn't this kind of off the our main path? Aren't we supposed to be taking Shanti somewhere?
We've got to take Shanti somewhere. We've got to reunite Oneki with her people. I've got to figure out which of these clans are fighting where. I think my people are alive. I'm not even certain, but I do know that either way, we're gonna have to do a lot of intense fighting, a lot, and we're also gonna need passage between everywhere that we're gonna go.
Just point me in the direction of who I need to kill. I'm I got a few things I want to test out real quick.
If we can fake this military identity and get access to the fleet admiral, we'll kill everybody, or at least it's an option. Oh, also because we're wanted fugitives, we might need a high-ranking hostage.
psst, you guys aren't wanted fugitives.
So we're gonna kidnap this guy, but why? Like no one knows that we're not supposed to be here. You know, like I don't. Seems like a lot to do. We can just be like, well, yeah, we're supposed to be here, and then go wherever we need to go. No one's
I
looking for
mean,
us.
You're not
we've always
wanted
got contingency
fugitives.
plans. The IDs and the forgeries, that should get us to where we need to go. But if things go wrong, as they sometimes do, we'll have backups. Backups on backups on backups. I'm all about planning.
So, Bully, actually, Oneki, I need you to give me a perception check with advantage. I need you to take a big whiff.
Okay, give me a quick second. 16 this time.
A very familiar scent grazes your nose and grazes the inside of your nose and dances across. You know this as the one of the traditional dishes of your homeland. This is something that you've grown up with, and this is actually a dish that is very close to your heart because this is essentially the poor man's meal that you would eat whenever you stayed at your friend's house during while your parents were traveling. And
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, you can finish.
Oh no, no, you go. I the RP. You smell the
Uh,
meal that's very close to your heart.
I think Oneki kind of just closes her eyes and appears to just be kind of like drifting into memory as she remembers like nights with her friend's family and nights spent, I think, eating dinner with them and talking with her friend and spending days in the city and then like going out at night to look up at the stars and just like I imagine that like when they were younger at least they had a lot of like really fun like intense conversation the way teenagers do at like sleepover parties all of the time under the stars. So I think Oneki like looks like she's just like drifted into a memory as she smells this.
Perfect. Because Bully, you can still see through your echo, right?
Yep.
So with that, your echo will still be at the helm of the ship, correct?
Yep.
You see through your echo the port city has gotten a lot closer than when Yizel woke up from his trip to the afterlife. You are now within the waters of the port city of Kokon. This is a wealthy seaside town filled with assorted tieflings, dragonborn, and genasi.
I would like to dramatically announce to everybody aboard, land ho!
So when with the yelling of that, Utnapishtim comes up from below deck and he looks and he kind of stretches. He's like, "Okay, this is gonna be fun." He looks at your group and he says, "I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go drink at my temple because they better have some fucking alcohol." And he snaps his fingers and kind of points them at you guys like, "Yeah, finger guns," and dissolves into water and flows off the ship.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, fuck
I
you too,
think
buddy. Bye.
Aneki still looks a little bit dreamy, but she turns to Zell and she's just like, "Did did either of them tell you like how to get that off you? Is it supposed to come off? Is this like a quest thing? Like, do you have to fulfill something, go through some character development or something, and then it comes off, or is that just like you
I
have to
don't
be nice now forever?"
I don't know. The power bottom of that relationship didn't say anything to me, so I'm not sure what the hell is going on.
I know we're not talking about the same Yozel. Ain't no way in hell he gonna be nice forever.
Oh,
You said that.
I want you to know I'm still testing what really is making this thing tick because I've already said some not so nice things since that first one. So I'm not really sure if it's provoked action or if it's unprovoked. I have to check. I'm not very sure.
Call me a slut and
Is
see what
it,
happens.
is it being mean in general? Or is it being mean about the god?
You
Like you
know,
said something about killing the death god, right? When
I
you
did.
felt whatever that was.
That was the last time I said anything nice about it. But then when I was nice to Mr. Water Boy down there, I seemed to feel healed. So
Huh.
hmm,
Does it
maybe.
only activate when you take verbal actions? Like, what if you were to make a sacrifice to the death god?
Hmm. Let me try something.
There's a
And when I
sneaky halfling below deck. I'm just saying.
no,
Uh,
no, no, no. You said that you were going to. You said you had a plan for that thing. So no. I look up towards the sky and I scream, "This is for my grandfather. Vestra, you are nothing more than a vile snake to not be trusted. If I had the option to do so right now, I would strike you dead with my own hands." And I kind of just stand there and wait.
Do I sense any reaction from my drum?
Oh,
Ooh.
Not Constitution, but Dex. Oh my God.
boy, 17.
Sounds like someone's about to be struck by lightning.
Yep. I am currently looking up. Yep, because I'm looking up at like clouds. I know Vestra kind of lightning deal with lightning more so than anything else. I'm kind of looking up at like the sky and clouds or anything.
I think that I have a pretty good like lock on Ezel's personality. And so I think after I asked my question and he opened his mouth, I took several steps back. So I am as far away as I can get from him within like, let's
While
say
still being on the
6
ship.
seconds. Yeah, like I moved.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, you.
Oh shit!
I mean, I was about to roll it. I got the D10 ready.
That's that sounds like
Oh,
a new kind of kink right there.
6 points of. I'm trying to tell you. So that's that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I after getting hit with the thing? Huh. I wasn't completely serious about that, but after that little love bite, I might actually have to take my threat into consideration.
did you feel anything from the death god?
I look down at the little lump that is continuing to move, mind you. Right now, I would imagine it's probably on the back of my hand. Um, just kind of looking at it, like, no, nothing from this little lump. So, son of a bitch.
This was all very interesting.
And of course, I would hit. So I just healed for 8 points of damage. Wait, I'm so confused right now, and I don't know. So I just got hit by the lightning god for threatening him. It didn't do damage to me. The lightning god got pissed off because I ruffled his little jammies or whatever. But this little, I don't know what the fuck this thing is.
Thing
I'm
the
gonna
thing doesn't
call it.
like the lightning god though, right? Like
I
doesn't
guess
the lightning
not.
Yeah.
god owe him money? Yeah, they don't like each other. Yeah, so he would be like,
Well
"Oh yeah,
then,
you fucked him up."
shit. Okay. I guess threatening the god of lightning that my grandfather also didn't like, didn't do much for me. But I think I finally found something that makes this thing tick. Just talking shit about Vestra.
I'm. I really should start taking note of which other gods have a problem with Vestra if I'm going to start walking
Hmm.
around with his drum.
Oh, wait, did the lump strike, or is it the same size?
I think
No,
when
it's
it,
the same size.
I'm gonna start calling this thing Pua from Yu Yu Hakusho. But this is like the egg form of Pua right now. The egg hasn't hatched yet, but it's feeding off of the energy that I give to see if it's gonna come out good or bad.
This man's got an unborn nine tails lump in him.
I mean, if I'm gonna have some kind of love bite by the god of death, because obviously he's not getting what he needs from his actual relationship, then I am going to have a little bit of fun with it myself.
You know what's funny?
What?
This technically makes you a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Yo,
Ah,
so okay, how about this? Just for the sake of my sanity, let's say that at the end of the session, we kind of just tally up all the random shit that you do to see how many d8s we should be rolling for good and for bad.
ah.
Because saying you did just shade, that you should be taking 2d8 because you shaded Oopni and Kwanzi Shao. So you can try to roll a 2d8 now, or we can just roll towards the end.
I'm just gonna roll.
now because that cumulative damage might kill you, my boy.
I'm about to say I'm gonna just go ahead and roll these
That's
2d8s
true.
now.
That's
So
a good idea.
so I need you
agree
to
with that.
so can I roll a perception to see if I can like perceive if I got this shit right?
Yes.
And I also lose that 8 that I just gained back. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun. Okay, so let's see. Perception.
Yay, we can finally use temporary hit points, the thing that nobody ever uses.
14.
What the
Use them.
fuck? Oh, that's a
no.
perception check.
Do
Yeah.
I perceive that this thing is trying to kill me, or do I perceive that in talking shit about the god specifically is what damages me?
So with that, with your 14, it's more of a you get the sense of unwarranted negative things um will cause the orb to give you damage. But unwarranted positive actions will heal you.
So what I'm hearing is if I'm unnecessarily mean, I'm going to take damage. But if I'm like, oh, I'll just be nice for the sake of being nice, then I'm not. Oh, that's just rich. That's fucking rich. You know what? I hope we find whoever this Mama Yiki person is, so I can figure out how to get this shit off me, man.
Are you talking about Kwanzi Shao's wife?
Whoever, man, I don't know. Whoever that I need to talk to get this shit off me.
Yeah, I don't know if she would help with that, man.
I mean, I I would say that Mama Yiki would be the head of that polyamorous relationship.
Oh, exactly why I think she would be the one to be able to help me.
That's fair. That makes the most sense out of everything that's happened tonight. So, so while this is happening, Bully, your echo pulls into port, and you see a bunch of earth and water genasi on the sort of decks and the port itself, just moving cargo, talking to one another, having a grand time. Oneki, this is a site that you've seen for a good chunk of your life, and every time you've been to this port, it's been a happy occasion because you're with your friend running around the docks.
My friend had a merchant family. Do I see anyone who like I recognize from their business dealings, like any workers at the dock who I know used to work for their family or
Uh,
anything like that?
Actually, yes, you do. You do see, and let me open this up. Should have already had this open. You gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go. Gotta go fast. No. I'm terrible at making names, and this guy named Waldo made a thing that does NPCs for you.
Ooh, that's useful.
Oh yeah, 100%. I can drop the links later because I am not the best for making up names.
I rolled a perception for 17. Do I find any attractive women that aren't in the party from where I'm standing?
You find a bunch of geode-based air genasi.
Geo-based air genasi. Earth-based air genasi.
I mean, I said, did I say air or earth? Language is not my strong suit today.
You said geo-based
Air.
I am a
Geo-based
goof.
earth.
My apologies. They are earth genasi, but they, in a sense, are geodes, like precious stones.
Oh, like the ooh. Do I see any of them that are ruby?
Yes, you do see a few ones that are kind of a deep red color.
Wait, like Steven Universe type, or like they're actually like rocks, like they're lumpy.
No, there's more Steven Universe.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, Oneki, you do see a familiar Earth Genasi with what appears to be sapphires sprouting from their skin. You know this Genasi to be Voni. That's Voni. They are a long time worker with your friend's merchant family with their business dealings.
Are they close enough at this point for me to use the message spell or cantrip?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, I point. I like. I think I wander as close to the edge as I can without necessarily being seen by everyone on the docks. And I message. You said their name was Vani.
Yeah.
I message Vani and I say, Vani, it's Oneki. I need to talk to you. Can you meet me in a minute?
So you see Vonnie kind of look around, very confused. At one, hearing your voice, but two, just hearing you in general. And they look confused, but they also look excited because they did watch the newscast announcing that you've returned safe and sound. They're looking around trying to find you, and they, after an embarrassingly amount of time, they finally found they zone in on you, and they start running towards you as fast as they can.
I start to head off. Are we docked? Can I
Yes, I
leave
will
the
say
ship?
that Bully's Echo has docked the ship.
I start to head down the gangplank. I stop to like throw like a hood on, something small to just cover my appearance. But I start heading down as well to meet Vani.
I Before Oneki leaves, I kind of turn and say, "Do you need any backup?"
I don't know what's changed, and I don't know if Vani, if you could follow me at a
I
distance, that would be nice.
Following people from a distance is my specialty, and I kind of snap my fingers, and my glamored studded leather armor has like a cloak just appears from it, so I can like kind of hide my appearance a little bit. And I'm also gonna roll for stealth.
All right.
While those two are doing that, I would like to approach the crystal ladies.
All right. So while that's
Ooh,
happening, you
30.
approach what appears to be a group of amber earth genazis, and they are lifting heavy things, being giant women as they do. What happens?
Well, first of all, I'd like to offer to help.
They kind of, and they all look down at you. These are very large earth genasi. They look down at you and they kind of scoff, and so all right, here you go, and I'm gonna need a strength saving throw from you, sir.
I'm into this shit. Let's go. Damn, that's a 12.
Yeah, you get the box and your knees buckle immediately and you fall under the large wooden crate and just squishes you. So I'm going to need 2d8s from you, my boy.
Damn.
Cuz that box was mad thick.
It's a monstrous ass box right there.
Thank God it's just a 5.
So you're going to take 5 points of damage from the box. So the Amber Urgenasi, they're going to lift up the box off of you, kind of pick you up by the scruff of your neck and plant you on your feet and go about their business.
Not they picked me up by the scruff of my neck.
You just got murked by a box.
I didn't even get to use my fire potion pickup line. Oh no.
The box take it, the box give it, and the box take it away. May the streets say
Not the
amen.
same box Roddy Rich rapped about, I swear to God.
Yes.
I'm gonna go find a bar and drink that memory away.
So, Oneki, Voni runs up and they immediately lift you into the air. The Earth Genasi are larger than Goliaths. They are they're pretty thick boys, like, because they're essentially walking geodes. And they lift you up in the air and spin you around as though you were a child again. And they look at you beaming with happiness to see you once again.
I think Oneki probably gets caught up in their joy. I think this is probably the most friendly interaction she's had with someone since they've been back, and also like it's always just delightful for a Goliath when someone is able to like pick them up. So Oneki is just like laughing and smiling along with Vani.
They after spinning and laughing, they realize that oh, they're still at work. They can't be doing all this fun shenanigans, and they put you down, kind of redo their robes to make sure because they were kind of ruffled with it and kind of straighten them out. And they say, "Oh, Neki, it is wonderful to see you again. We thought you were lost forever. Oh, the Oguns, they're going to be so happy to see you."
There is are they safe? I know that things have changed since I've been gone.
With that, give me a perception check.
Straight or with advantage or with disadvantage?
I'm gonna say with advantage because you've known this person for so long. I feel like you know how to read them.
19.
So with the night scene, you see kind of a break in their facade of happiness. It breaks, but only for a moment, as kind of sadness covers their face, but they try to recover just as fast as it breaks. And they say, "Oh, they're fine. Business has been fine. I'm actually working on a deal for them right now when you called me over."
So they're operating well under the new leadership.
Yeah, yeah. The Duke's been the same. It's yeah, yeah. You should go see them. They're still in the same shop. And Oneki, you would know where the shop is. You've been there plenty of times because it doubles as their home. Like so, first level is the shop, top level is their home. So you would know where it is.
Lonnie, is there anything I should know before I go to see the Ogans?
They take a deep sigh, a deep breath, and finally sigh, and they say, um, just know he did what he did for them.
Are you talking about uh I can't remember my best friend's first name.
I mean, we
Uh,
can make one right now.
It,
uh are you talking about Ferris or are you talking about Ferris's father?
I'm talking about young Ferris.
There's very little I would not forgive Ferris for. I'm sure
Well,
whatever it is, it's fine.
well, go. I'm sure they'll be just as happy as me, and your parents are safe. I saw them last week. They're staying with Lady Loki, and everyone in your territory, most of the people from your territory are also safe with Lady Loki.
Thank you very much, Vani. Um, and I would like to like reach into my pocket and I assume that I have like jewelry that I carry with me that I had probably taken with me, like just trinkets that I wear, like rings and things. And so I'd like to like pull one of the rings from my fingers and I'd like to press it into their hand. And I'd like to say, you have always been so kind to me and Ferris, and I appreciate that. And uh, I hope that we are able to see each other again soon.
Likewise. Now, I need to go back because for some reason, and they kind of turn their head to be very loud and obvious, and they say, "Some tieflings don't know how to count." And the person they were talking to before you sent them the message kind of looks over at them and grumbles a bit. You can't really hear what they're saying, but they know they're not happy.
If you ever need me, just message Lady Loki, and I will always come to your aid, Fawny. I promise.
Is there a place where I
Mm.
can go and buy a bottle of alcohol, similar to rubbing alcohol, actually, like a medicinal alcohol? Yes, not a kind for drinking just yet. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Anyway, can I go to that, please? Alrighty, perfect. Alrighty then.
Um, so question, I don't remember. Is my curse scar visible now, or is it still invisible? Hmm. I would actually like to see if like there's like a I don't know, like a witch specialist in the town, and see if they can help me like take it off in general. Okay, yeah, I'll go to them.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Hey, I have a question. So what time of day is it? Hmm. Damn. Okay.
That's me, right? Hmm. I think I'm gonna go right in. Okay. So I think I want to find. Oh, I think Hyphen would go and kind of browse, not to look like too desperate, but still go straight to the shop owner person. Hmm. It's a vampire. The vampire. Okay. Ivan would try. Is there like something to check that would be like, are you suspicious of a person? Like, what role was that? Okay, perception, insight. Okay, that's cool. I'm good at that. No, I'm not. I got a 13. Okay. So I think I would just go. I'm being followed with magic means. Is there something that I could do to stop this? So is it possible for like hexbloods have like a certain appearance about them that I think I just conceal on the regular?
Mhm.
Could I drop that for a second? Like, could I just drop my concealment and just show kind of like my hexblood
Uh,
face
Go ahead.
and be like, uh, this is the situation.
Yeah,
She
sure.
should know what that is, right? Like, she should know what a hexblood is.
Yeah, she is from which country? Any
Okay,
all witches, no matter the magical level, are from which country? So yes, she would know.
okay.
So you drop your appearance, and would you expect her to like be shocked by seeing your true form, or what?
I usually assume people would kind of be like, "Dang, man, that's tough." Like, they wouldn't be shocked, but more like, "Your life is just over. Like, you're a walking corpse" type reaction.
So in lieu of that, she kind of looks at you, and she kind of looks at you like this is an average Tuesday for her, and she kind of leans down on the table with her elbows on him, and she looks up at you, and she says, "So, do you know the hags who did this, or is this kind of a boom surprise? You're a baby hag now."
So of course I'm gonna put my face back on so that no other customer comes in and sees it. But I would just kind of explain like a really abridged version, like, yeah, I was traded as a baby and I know who they are and I escaped. I wouldn't tell them, of course, that I went to the Druid country, but I would just say like I got out. But I don't know if everybody I knew. I don't know if the specific hag that turned me is still alive.
Okay. So she looks at you and she says, "Well, usually in your case, we try to impart special runes that can mask your sense and general location, well, exact location from the hags who want to use you." Uh, you see that Nastasia kind of takes a deep smell. It's a whiff. She takes a deep sniff, and she says, "But it appears as though you already have runes that do that. So why are you here?"
Like, I want them to think I died. Like, I don't want them to be able to track me or my family or anything. Like, I know I have rooms concealing me, but I still feel like they're here. Or I have reason to think that they could come closer eventually.
So you want them to think you're dead, but that's the issue, is that their magic is so rooted into your very magical core that the only way for that to happen is for you to actually die or leave this plane for ever. But where would you go if you left this plane?
mean, you got a blank potion in the back? No, no, that's too much. Okay, okay. So if I happen to leave this plane and I come back to it, would my connection be restored?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Think of it this way:
Hmm.
your mark is essentially a sending stone for them. And sure, you could put that sending stone into a metal box and they won't be able to find you or contact you. But the second you open up that box, they know exactly where you are.
What if I can kill them?
Oh,
Like,
if
what
you
if I can kill one of them?
if you kill them, then that's that's easy. I mean, that's you're done. They can't turn you. The only the hags who cursed you can turn you into a hag. If you kill them, you'll only be a fledgling of a hag instead of a full hag.
Hmm. Okay, okay, this has been useful. I have another question for you.
Of course.
How can is there anything that I can buy or do or whatever that will allow me to see my family?
I would say a sending stone or a mirror of viewing. I mean,
Well,
that's
they don't have one, do they? Do they need one too?
a mirror of viewing or a sending stone.
Mirror viewing.
I'm gonna say the mirror of viewing lets you look at something one way. Like they won't be able to look at you, but you'll be able to look at
Hmm.
them. But with a sending stone, if they also have a sending stone, you can call them anytime you want.
So is it like the mirror on Castlevania where like if I can like pull them up, I can walk through, or I can just look at them?
You can just look at them. But there are more powerful versions, but you won't be able to find one of those in a shop like this.
All right, can I? Do you have one of those mirror viewings?
Yeah,
Mirror viewing.
150 gold.
Oh, that's dirt cheap.
I mean, they're
All
not
right.
hard to make. You know what? 500 gold.
No, no, fuck you. You said 150.
You're
I'll
right,
give you
150.
160 for your
Okay,
help.
wonderful. Okay.
Okay, I did it.
All right, so now you have the mirror viewing, and you can just say you can, and so to use it, you just say the name of the person that you want to view, and you'll be able to view them through the mirror.
One more thing, shop owner. If I use this to contact my family, can the hags will the hags have a connection to them?
No, the way the way your mark works is that they can't see through you. They can only know the general location of where you are. So essentially, with your mark in this table talk, is that they can know where the general location of where you are. Like they know the they know the general place, like a general area, but they won't know the exact spot of where you are. But they also know when you're alive or when you're dying because they've marked you. They can't see through you or speak through you, but you can always feel when they are trying to find you.
Okay. All right. So last thing I want to do is just take the mirror and I want to look at Lemmy Winks.
Okay. So the mirror breaks, like the fragments and floats into the air, swirling in a circle, and then come back together with a blast of orange light. Once the light fades, you see a golden orchard. The wind's waving through. The trees are waving back and forth, dancing as though they're alive. You see children, adults, elders living their lives. And near a house that you know very well stands a tall razor beak walking around, and finally they take a seat. They start to prune their feathers, and they look around as though they're guarding everything here. A person that you know, it's one of your guardians. They walk out of the house. They walk out of the living dwelling, and they rub Lemmy Winks, and they walk off to do their duties for the day. Lemmy Winks looks around and kind of looks up in your direction. He doesn't see you, but he has a feeling as though he's being watched. And he crooks his head to the side, and then he just curls up to take a nap, a well earned nap at that.
That's good. I was very worried. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Um, Giselle, you said you're going to the second pot, correct?
Yep, just looking for some medicinal alcohol and some bottles and some cloth and some things of said nature.
I'm afraid. So
Oh, don't
you
worry. It's not going to be anything that I'm going to immediately do unless somebody happens to piss me off within the next 5 or 6 turns.
So you walk by a shop, and this has a metal sign that says the Second Pot General Store. You walk in and you see a tiefling man, and a tiefling child at the desk. They look at you, and the young child says, "Welcome."
Hello, young child. I hope you are both doing well today. I come in search of a few items for a spell of sorts. Nothing too dastardly, if you would say. I just do you have medicinal alcohol, some bottles and some what is it now? Peroxide, but not hydrogen. Just peroxide of any sorts.
So the tiefling gentleman looks at you and says, yeah, all medicine and that kind of thing's on aisle 3. Do you need any help?"
No, I just needed to make sure I could find it. Thank you so much.
Of
And
course,
I
and if
say
you
that
need
with a
anything, say something.
I will. I smile and I turn and go to aisle 3. And I go down the aisle and I find my items that I need, the alcohol, the peroxide. I find the bottle. And I do I find a tea? I'm looking for like cloth. Actually, I'll call back out to the shop owner
Okay.
and say, excuse me, sir. I believe I can't find an item that I'm looking for.
He looks at you and says, "Okay, let me see what's the item. Let me see if I can help."
It is a cloth, basically just cloth, but kind of like a handbag, one that you would use for throwing items, but just the cloth itself.
He kind of rubs his chin and he says, "Aisle 1. That would
All
be
right.
in aisle 1, the textiles."
Well, thank you very much. I didn't even see that on the I didn't see that on the signage there. Thank you so much. And I'll walk away and I go and I find my cloth and I take it back up to the front where the tiefling child is waiting with smiles on their face.
So they begin to ring you up for a total of 300 gold pieces.
Jesus, 300 gold pieces. Ah,
Silver,
I understand.
silver, gold, my boy, gold.
My Ah, this is not a problem. My grandfather always did tell me, support local if you aren't gonna kill him at least.
The child
And then
looks
I
very
laugh.
confused.
And then I laugh and I say, "Don't worry, I'm just recounting old tales from my grandfather is all." And I hand him the 300 gold. I take my items and I walk out. And then I start to look and see if I can find any of my party members because I realize we're all in separate areas.
Okay. So, with that, Bully, we're gonna get to your drunken antics last,
Damn.
because I know you're gonna have a whole fun at the tavern. So Oneki and Vesden. Oneki, I have to ask, how would you be feeling right now walking towards your friend's shop, the Crafty Mimic? How would you be feeling right now?
I think Oneki is feeling. It's a little bit weird because I think Oneki has spent so much time in this city, like growing up, that like walking through, I think it's kind of a thing of being like half in her memory of this place and half in the present, especially after seeing Vani at the docks. So I think she's like trying to pay attention to the things that have changed and trying to like make sure that she's not seen as she's moving through, just in case anyone is like looking for her that's working for what's his name? Um,
Oh,
but she's
the Duke or the or Ingram.
either.
Yeah, that'll be
Um,
Duke. Duke Arrest.
so I think she's just half in her memory and half like trying to like make sure that she's very inconspicuous. Um, but I think it's like a thing of like when you haven't been to a place in a while and you can at once see like all of the changes that have taken place, but it's like you've stepped back into a memory. So I think she's feeling both like a very kind of deep fondness for the city and a kind of like that loss you feel when you go to a place that's familiar to you and you notice all of the changes and you realize that it's not the exact same place that it was.
Okay. Vesden, you are tailing Oneki from a safe distance, correct?
Yes.
So, how would you be feeling right now about this city? Last time you were here, I think it would have been on not as great terms or meanings, if you catch my drift.
I'm trying to. Would the last time we came here would have been? I'm trying to remember.
Well, I mean, like you specifically. No,
Oh,
no one.
it wouldn't. It wouldn't have been under the best circumstances.
Yeah, you would have been on the job.
I'm kind of just. I think at this point, Vez is just kind of taking all the shit that's happened between like being kind of puppeted to kill Shanti and other things, and just like kind of stuffing it down and like we have shit to deal with. I'll process shit later. I'm that's the kind of energy I'm on at the current moment. So I think I'm me following Shanti, just do I mean following Oneki and tailing her and just doing what I need to do is like a way of like me doing something, so I don't have to focus on what's go on like what's on my mind.
All right. So Oneki, the two of you, finally make it to the crafty mimic. As a child, the door was a towering piece of amber colored wood. For some reason, it felt like you could never reach the doorknob. So Ferris's father or his mother would always have to open it for you. You look down, and the doorknob that seemed so far away is now, again, far away, but you're looking down at it. Just looking at this door makes you feel as though you aren't a child anymore, that this is you. And in this moment, this is the door that you need to open to become, to get where you need to go, to get some type of information or closure or something. Do you want to open the door?
Uh, I go to open the door, but before I open it, I quickly send a message to Vez. Um, I these people are as close to family as I have in this city, um, and I might not make the best call if I am forced to make a decision about whether we can trust them. So I want you to know that if you have to leave me to get to safety, that's okay.
I was kind of in like a weird, an unusual moment of tenderness. Is like I think, given the fact that you saved me from being like murdered by or held hostage by a demon corpse, the demon slaying corpse when I killed Ashanti. I don't think I can do that.
You're getting soft, Vez? And I open the door.
I I kind of there's like a little pause where like you could just fill that with Vez rolling his eyes and just saying, and Vez just kind of just says, "No, I'm not soft. I just I have a debt to pay, and I like paying my debts. Is all."
It's okay.
Anyway,
You can say that
anyway,
we're
if you,
friends.
I mean, of course we're friends. I wouldn't be following you around if we weren't friends. But I can come in if you would like me to. I think I could come in without being seen. I believe I can manage it.
So,
Let's go in together, and I'll introduce you to my family.
Well, if at least if some shit goes wrong, at least we go down together. And I kind of I kind of slide in the door and I join Oneki.
Ooh, Vez, you mean parents? Ooh.
Vezin has a friend. So, Oneki, you open the door, and as you open, you feel a thump, and you hear someone fall to the ground with a groan. You look down to see a stout tiefling man, and he looks up and he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." And his eyes grow wide and glassy as tears begin to stream. And he looks up and he says, "Oh, Neki, so the
Un-
news didn't lie. You're alive."
Uncle, we've told you 1,000 times not to go on that ladder by yourself. What are you doing?
He stands to his full height, which is only to about maybe you're like I'd say to your stomach. He's not the tallest individual, and you're pretty tall. He looks up at you and he says, "Well, if I was a little tall like you, I wouldn't need a ladder."
I think Oneki reaches down and sweeps him into a hug, the same way Vani did for her.
So while this is happening, he yells out and he says, "What aunt? Oneki's here! Oneki's here!" And from the back, a tall dragonborn walks out and she says, "Now, Vishan, I don't know what you're talking." And she stops short and she looks at the two of you and she begins to cry and smile and covers her mouth. So she's trying to cover her face because this is a moment of weakness for her, because she's just the utter joy of seeing you is overwhelming.
I think Oneki goes to her, still carrying uh, the older Ogun in her arms, and like simply like uh, I want to like bring in a tradition from my tribe. So I think that like Oneki like deposits him next to her, and she kind of like sinks to her knees, and uh she just kind of greets them both in like the language of the city, before getting up and like just like patting the older woman on her back.
So um she takes you in for a deep hug, and this is a hug not of friend or friend, but as a mother to child. And she whispers to you, "Welcome home."
Vez is just kind of standing in the corner, just awkwardly, because he's like, this is a lot of emotion going on, and I'm like, I feel like I'm like a third wheel, like a fourth wheel to this. So I'm just like kind of in the corner, just like trying, like looking around, not knowing where to look.
So while that's happening, Viz, Vishan walks over to you and he says, are you a friend of our Oneki?"
Yeah, yeah, yep. You could say that. Yep.
"Well, bring it in there, son," and he hugs you as well.
I like do that thing when like people get hugged by people they like don't exactly want to return it, so they just like lean back and their arms are down.
Yes, these are very
And I'm
huggy
just like
people. And you don't like hugs, so you just go full limp noodle.
oh, thank you. Glad for the thank you for the warm welcome.
And he looks at you and he says, "Oh, you two have to stay for dinner. You know what? I'm gonna whip up Oneki's favorite dish. How about that?" And he looks over to you, Oneki, while you're still in the warm embrace of Waand. And he looks at you and she
Uh,
says, What do you want for dinner? Your favorite dish again?"
I can't stay, Uncle. Uh, we have to get going. We have other people to meet, but I promise that after we are done with our quest, I will come and we can all enjoy a big dinner together. You and me and Ferris, all of us.
So, with the mention of Ferris, you feel the hold on you, Oneki, kind of tighten. And you see Mr. Ogun's face go from a joyous one to a sad one at the mention of Ferris.
Is there something? I met Vanya at the docks, and they seem to think that Ferris has done something that I might find difficult to accept.
So, Mrs. Ogun finally lets go, and with a solemn face, she looks at you and she takes a deep breath. And she looks at you and says, "Do you have time for tea?"
Is it time for tea?
Mr. Ogun walks past you and he kind of puts his hand, he reaches up and kind of tries to put your hand on your back. He has to stand on his tippy toes, but he does it.
I think Oneki also like leans down like instinctively to give him easier access.
Wonderful. He pats you on the back and he says, "I'll make the tea." And he goes back into the kitchen to make a cup of tea.
Uncle
Um,
Ogun,
mhm.
uh, and those biscuits. Do you still have those biscuits I used to eat with Ferris? Can we have them with the tea?
He kind of leans out of the kitchen with a smile on his face and he gives you a wink. So that is a yes. Like a dad yes. Um the Mrs. Ogun, she gestures you to upstairs to the living quarters where you find a neatly or a kind of a, it's not a gaudy living room, but it's definitely like auntie don't get on the white carpet because it's only for adults with no shoes on type of living room.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
she,
assume there's like plastic on the couches as well.
yes, it's not plastic, but it is a faint glowing, a faint sparkling glow that is essentially just plastic, a magical plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So she takes off her shoes and she walks over and takes a seat on one of the couches. She gestures for you two to do the same and to sit down. Do you guys want to do that?
Yep.
I'll sit down as well.
Okay. So after a brief moment, Mr. Oakland comes up the stairs with a tray of biscuits and biscuits and tea. He sits everything down and pours everyone a cup and sits beside his wife. There are two very different creatures. Mr. Ogun is a kind of short and stout tiefling, while Mrs. Ogun is a towering massive dragonborn. You can see that she's had a few. She's been in a few scraps. One of her horns is kind of smaller than the other, indicating that it was broken off at one time. You can see scars on her arms and hands, and a deep one under her left eye. And Mr. Ogun looks as though he has not had a fight ever in his life. And they kind of begin sipping tea and taking a deep breath. And Mrs. Ogun looks at you, Oneki, and she says, "Are you ready to hear what happened?"
Yes, it is important that I know. So let's get it over with.
So, and she takes another swig of tea, and she says, "Ferris wasn't the happiest here. He said he didn't want to take over the shop, and he would rather go off an adventure. I wasn't happy with that. I know the life of an adventurer," and she kind of gestures to all the scars in her horn. And she says, "It can be an unforgiving one. I just wanted to protect my son. But my husband thought that it would be the best for him to go out and see the world away from us to become the man that he needs to be. So he left in the middle of the night with the help of my husband. And for a while, I wasn't happy that they did this behind my back. But I learned to be okay with this because he needs to be his own person. Then, once the cults, the followers of Asar, took over the southern region, your region, Oneki, things weren't as great here as they used to be when you were young. The Duke started taxing people more, and he wanted to cut down on the amount of merchants. So now we have to pay a hefty fee to even stay in business. And once Ingram took over not Gretel Coatl, once he took over Dianopolis and Ostrava, creating a military state for the two countries, we were kind of left in the middle as the closest country to the two of them. And they started to draft. And Ferris, knowing something would happen, came home to work with us, to help us in our time of need. But somehow the Duke's son got caught in a minor snafu while traveling abroad in Ostrava and was forced to enter the draft. Now, the Duke could buy his son's way out, but someone had to take his place. And Ferris thinks we don't know, but the Duke offered that if someone took his son's place, that their fines would be lowered, that they would be able to function with relatively better ease than most other merchants. So Ferris took his place, and Ferris was drafted into the Ostravan military. He thinks he's helping us, but and you can visibly see that Mrs. Ogun is trying to hold back the tears, trying to hold back the rage at the Duke, at Ingram, and really at herself for allowing this to go as far as it did, because this is a woman who is the head of her household, who is the final word, who makes the hard decisions and doesn't want to feel weak. But in this moment, she feels weak because there's nothing she could have done. And Mr. Ogun kind of puts his hand on her leg just to try to comfort her. And he finishes saying, "We don't really know where Ferris is. We get letters from him once in a blue moon, and sometimes he gets to call us using the sending stone over there. But we don't know what's happening to our son, and that is the hardest part of this."
I made a promise to myself uh, that I would bring Ferris home. Um, and it doesn't look like much has changed in the time that I've been gone. So, like I said, Mr. Ogun, I have a little bit of a job to do, but I will bring Ferris home to have dinner with all of us again.
Both of them smile at you very warmly, and they kind of begin to just they want to change the subject. They start asking you about what you've done, about how things have been with you, about your friends, about your life, that kind of thing. And I would assume that would that would eat up a few hours, correct?
Oh yes, I think probably Oneki like goes into like just interesting things that she's read as well at some point. So definitely eats up some time.
So while that's happening, Bully, you embarrassing after being fucking humbled by a box in front of a bunch of giant gem ladies. You make your way to the Glorious Rucker, the tavern in town. You open the door and you see a bunch of rowdy people doing rowdy things. Drinking is a vibe.
Cool. Do I see any attractive women?
You see barmaids and women with armor just playing cards and regaling one another about the different battles and different adventures they've seen and been a
All
part
right,
of.
Bully has a personal policy not to flirt with anybody while they're at work. So I guess I'm gonna join the women in armor playing cards.
Okay. So they're playing cards. They kind of look at you and they say, "You want to deal in?"
I would love to deal in.
So they kind of push their cards together, and one of them begins to shuffle the cards and throw everything and deal everybody a hand of 5 cards each. So,
So
mhm.
while this is going on, I want to see if any of them are making eye contact with me, like at all.
So one is she keeps looking up and down from her cards, and she keeps kind of looking at you, trying to figure out what you're about.
Mm, I want to casually wink.
She looks at you and looks back to her cards.
All right, let's continue playing.
All right. So what I'm going to do, because I don't know how playing cards in D&D would work theoretically without an actual deck of cards. What I'm going to do is treat your religion stat as luck. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to cheat, you'd have to give me a sleight of hand and a stealth, even if you use your echo to do it. But if you just want to, be lucky about it, I'd say religion.
All right, that's cool. I also kind of like to make small talk, asking them, general questions about themselves.
Hmm. Okay. So for that, um, are you trying to get anywhere with that conversation? Because I'd ask for a charisma check to see if they want to give out any cool information about what's been happening in the streets.
Right. So let me give some context, and maybe that'll help here. All right. So you remember way back in all the sessions ago where Bully had like a wifey kids?
Hmm.
Bully's never forgotten. He just has never sat down and actually shot his shot.
All right.
So he's trying to figure out one of these women's out so he can make small talk.
All right. Give me a charisma check then.
I'm gonna roll just straight up charisma.
All right.
I have 11.
So right now you're playing with 4 other people, right? Now,
Oh,
3 of them kind of look at you and look back at their cards. They don't really care what's happening. They just want to play cards. But the one that was looking up and down at you, she kind of stops looking at her cards and she squints her eyes at you and she says, "Well, you're Boo Lee. You're the guy from the news. You're the one. You're part of that party that disappeared for 60 years."
Bully's gonna look directly at her. I'm like, well, there's no point in hiding it. There's not too many minotaurs running around.
And she throws her cards down. She says, "Yo, this is the guy. This is the guy." And everybody kind of stops drinking for a second, and they pull out their sending stones to search the essentially search the net for the information about you, Bully. And they look. Here we go. And they look, and the net itself is called the Tome of Matu, which is essentially the internet, created by the goddess of knowledge and technology, Bo. Remember from the tower? They look into the Tome of Matu, and they look you up, and they're like, "Yo, this is the guy. This is the party. Oh my god!" And they are all surrounding you, trying to look to you. Because essentially, you're a celebrity. Like, you're a dude who went missing, did some badass shit, and came back to tell the tale. And they are all surrounding. You are now the star of the show, Bully, for this tavern. So at this point, it's your go. What do you want to do now that you have the attention of the entire room?
I actually I want to find out more about this place. See if I can find anything useful. Oh, wait. I need to stay focused. I came here to shoot my shot. I came here to shoot my shot.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask them, are there any places where one might get a bed for a night and find some company?
So one of the women you're talking to, she says, "Well, the Fancy Dagger next door, that's the local inn that everyone uses when they're a little too drunk to drive a ship or a carriage."
Okay. And then I'm gonna ask real quickly, is anyone in this tavern happen to be married?
You hear silence for a second, and then you hear metal hit the floor, and you hear people in the you hear a few men and women say yes, but you definitely hear a very insistent nope from the direction of the metal that dropped on the floor.
Oh shit. So I want to look that direction. Do I find anybody attractive or?
You find an Earth Genasi woman towering over the crowd, looking at you.
Bet. Can I make eye contact with her?
Yes.
So, Bully, being Mr. Rico Suave, he's gonna reach in his bag and take out a potion of fire resistance, and he's gonna chug it while looking her in the eye. I was like, "Excuse me, I needed that because apparently you are hot. Goddamn."
What? So wait, so you show her the label? It was like, "This is what I'm drinking." Wild.
Oh God. Okay.
It might work though. It might work.
It might.
Give me a performance check. I'll give you advantage. Give me a performance check.
So my question:
Yes, sir.
while I'm kind of walking the streets, do I hear the commotion coming from this tavern?
You do.
Can I decide to go after the sound and see what's going on? Because I've placed all of my items in my knapsack.
100%.
Bless. I'm gonna head toward this tavern where I hear all of this ruckus and commotion coming from.
Can I get like one more roll since I'm celebrity status?
Yes, my boy. You can get a third performance.
Damn.
Yo,
Bro, it looked like somebody not very good at performing with an audience. Ain't that a shame?
The DC was
we only have
15.
+2.
The DC was 15. She looks at you and she immediately picks up her ring. She was like, "That was corny."
You gotta bring Oneki next time so she can give you bardic inspiration.
I remember.
Damn, bro.
Oh, Neki's having a very emotional turning point for her story beat, and here's fucking Bull Lee flopping with another giant woman.
That's tragic, bro. Damn. If only I had Groovy, I'd have
Wait,
it
wait,
placed
wait,
at
wait,
my
wait,
mom.
wait, wait. Pause. Pause. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't going out like no chump. She got a best friend.
I'm sick. I am sick right now. I
She
am.
got a best friend.
She has. Yo,
So
on
not being
principle,
funny.
I have to make you. Yo, you rolled an 11 max with 3 rolls. You're going out like a chump, my boy. We can do this the easy way,
Damn.
or we can do this the hard way.
My man said, I'm not trying to go out bad.
I'm
My man
gonna hit
down.
on her best friend.
My man down bad right now. Oh no.
She looks at
Oh.
so her best friend is a water genasi with seaweed, with sparkling seaweed for hair, and what appears to be tiny mood pools within her eyes. She looks up at you and she says, "Wow, so I wasn't good enough. So now I'm just second fiddle. It's crazy." And she walks out with her friend.
Even say anything yet.
Oh.
Damn.
Hey, wait. So, question:
Mm-hmm.
do I see them as I'm like reaching the tavern?
Yes, I would say that the Earth Genasi woman walks out first, but you walk in as Bully is getting shot down by her Water Genasi friend.
Damn. So I'm gonna just be honest with you. The water genasi definitely piqued my interest. Something about the sparkle in her, I'll say eyes.
Yeah.
As she walks past me, I'm gonna look at Bully and be like, "Oh, that's fucked up, buddy." I'll be right back, and I turn and follow the water genasi, and I'm just gonna be like, excuse me, ma'am, um, I don't know what that giant minotaur person in there said to you, but I can clearly tell it wasn't the best. Could I offer you? I know you guys are on the way home, but is it possible I could offer you a drink sometime?
Give me a persuasion check with advantage because she's still
Ooh,
heated off the fact that she was second fiddle for Bully.
that's oh no. Woo! I'll take a 14. I know 15 was probably the
Yeah, the DC is always 15 unless you're fucking around to find out.
wow, wait a minute.
I've got one more attempt in me. I've got one
Wait,
more.
wait. Can I do a performance with disadvantage and add that to my persuasion? Because I'm putting on a performance here.
Give me a performance check.
Wait a minute. My performance is a +5. I would have made
It's
that.
going so
I
bad.
act
I
you.
got a
Performance is a
19,
+5. I would have made
19,
that.
19 performance, baby.
So she looks at you. She looks at Boo Lee, and she says, "You got a sending stone?"
I can get one real quick.
Oh my gosh.
I can get one real
She chuckles. She takes out a writing utensil, takes your hand, and writes her sending stone code on it,
Ooh.
and walks away. She looks at Bully again, flicks him off, and walks away.
I turn around and walk back into the tavern, and I just sit down next to Bully and be like, "Dang, bro, what'd you say to her?"
You know, I've been fighting monsters and demons all my life. And up until now, I've been fighting back the nature that makes me who I am. You
Is
know,
that right?
traditionally, my people don't ask when we go to find wives. So this is very, very difficult.
Hmm.
That's what you're going with?
If
That's
only,
weird.
if only my people were still in this realm, I would tell you to go talk to my personal confidant, Solaris. She has gotten me through several several experiences in my lifetime, and she's what helps me get in touch with my more nurturing side, to my grandfather's chagrin.
So,
Mhm.
with
That's
the
interesting.
So, Yizel.
Yo,
So the crowd is still bumping because you walk in and they realize they put two and two together, realize that you're you. Now,
uh,
people are hyped, people are jumping, but you hear in the background someone kind of spits on the floor, and they say, "The prodigal son returns."
yo, my man's. I I don't know what your problem is, but as Osiris guides me, I would suggest you leave that alone, bro, because we having a good time right here. I don't know
No,
what your problem is. I don't.
I'm angry. This bitch can die. I'm gonna rush. Hold on. I'm rolling initiative.
Uh,
Fuck that.
Yo,
At
wait
11.
a minute. Wait
Have
a
that nigga
minute.
roll. Have
Wait
that
a
nigga
I
roll.
mean, this works out well for you. You don't have to get hurt by the thing in your neck, and you get to see somebody die. That sounds like a win-win.
I
So,
was trying to be good though. Wait a minute.
Get a
I,
roll.
j- I just got this water. I just got this water bathed. I just got this water bathed number, and I know her hair ain't the only thing that stay wet, man. I'm trying to have a good time.
Uh,
Come on, man.
His ass in front of this bar, and then throw
so
the bitch afterward.
Bully, you roll
Yes.
initiative, but I'm actually going to need you
God damn it.
to give me a dex saving throw.
Oh no.
And I'm going to say that your rage gives you disadvantage.
Dang it.
Wow. That's a 16, even with disadvantage.
All right,
Damn.
so Osiris, you're about to blow a fucking gasket. Ezel, you're about to blow a gasket. So I need you to back away from the mic.
Oh God, freaking. I'm
So,
gonna mute myself.
so, Bully, you try to charge this person, but this person holds up their hand and kind of folds their fingers into what appears to be a finger gun. Lines kind of start glowing across their face and feed down to their hand, emitting a small orb of energy.
Shit, not the Gallic gun.
It then fires directly into your chest, doing 4d6 plus character level force damage, and they're level 5.
oh shit! Oh
Oh,
no!
Straight to your
you
chest.
didn't.
God, man.
No,
No,
you
as soon as you heard the
didn't.
finger gun, I was like, oh shit.
This
This is
person that you
You
just ran up on
stole my
hit you with the spirit
flashbang.
gun.
You stole
He
my
stole your
alright.
fucking
flashbang.
phone, word
So,
for word,
so
word
before
for
we
word.
continue,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
No,
gonna
your
remind
echo can't take the smoke.
Nah, but if you can pull a finger gun, I'm gonna pull an echo.
Your echo ain't taking this. Your echo ain't taking this damage, my boy. This straight to your
I'm pulling
chest.
the echo. I'm
Yo,
definitely pulling the
hey,
echo.
here's the thing. I actually read. I read your echo can only be summoned in an unoccupied space. That means no underground, no in the middle of woods. It has to be in an unoccupied space, and this is a dummy thick bar, and everybody's hyped to see you and Yezel. The only place to spawn your echo is above you.
Okay, that's still an unoccupied space. And if
Mm,
I'm in a bar and everybody's gathered around, that means there's room toward the back.
mm,
Yeah. And he
nah.
spawns every time I roll initiative.
So wait, hold on. I saw this person shoot a gallant gun.
Mm-hmm.
Or a flashbang, I'm sorry.
Yeah, shot a
Um
flashbang. Yeah.
and to my knowledge, only myself and those blessed by my grandfather could learn said spell, correct?
100%.
Shit.
I'm gonna roll perception. I'm gonna roll perception, and you give me a yes or no on what I'm about to perceive. That's all I need. I'll build the story around the yes or the no.
There's our okay. Okay.
It,
It's a 13. Never mind.
So, actually, I'll give you this. On this gentleman who's robed, this robed gentleman, and if Booley was focusing enough, he would have also saw this. That this robed individual has a medallion with what appears to be Osiris's face with your family sigil within his forehead.
Seeing this, I actually take control of the situation. I grab Bully and I kind of yank him back, and I yell stop, and I kind of look at the person, and I say, "Who in Osiris's name are you?"
I'm like, he insulted my homeboy. This nigga can die like right here. That's
Oh,
my
Bully,
response.
Bully, stop now! I need you to stop. Control your anger. Sheath it for now. You, who are you? How do you know that spell?
We are the followers of Asar, and you are the prodigal son who left him. Now Kaiser leads us to glory.
Did he say
And
followers of Ozar?
of it's ASAR. I'll give you table talk. I'll give you like a second to Google ASAR.
And see, I came to the bar just to get a future wife, and now I got to fight this man.
You said ASAR, correct?
Yeah.
Who am I
Specifically
looking for? 'Cause-
ASAR
Ah,
Egypt.
Osiris Acer, Egyptian gods.
Hmm.
Oh my God! You turned my grandfather into a Egypt. So you basically had the legend of my grandfather get turned into more of an Egyptian god type character. So they follow my grandfather, and by proxy, that means that I was the chosen one to lead these people. But somewhere in this 60 years, if I'm following this correctly, somewhere in this 60 years, I left, and then we had some new guy come take over the church. Did I get that right?
Not 100%. There's some story beats you'll have to fall into to get the full story.
Which I figured, but that was basically the long and short of what happened.
Mm, mm,
Um,
mm.
so I'll ask this question to help with the storytelling. Would I know that my grandfather Osiris, he would also go by the name? Would I also know that he would also go by the name Asar?
No.
Okay, then. Well, then back into it. Asar. Who is that? That is no one of note to me. My grandfather's name was Osiris.
They looked very confused and angry. And they say Kaiser is the prophet of Asar, and he will lead us to taking control of this country. And you will die for what you've done to Asar.
There is no prophet. My grandfather had no prophet. His right hand man Yimad was not a prophet. Who are you? This is my last time asking.
Yazel, we could have split his skull by now.
I need more information before I split this one's soul.
No bitches and no fighting. Bully is a sad minotaur.
No fighting yet. Also, do I still have my grandfather's battle axe?
You have it
Is,
for
is,
now,
it,
yeah.
is it on my person?
I would say
It's
so.
on my person. Okay, so I'm sure they would know that this is a great symbol of Osiris, I guess Asar. Can I at the very least pull it out as if I'm about to ready to attack, but not actually? Just
Uh,
to kind of use it to scare them.
sure, yeah.
So I pull out the battle axe. I'm not going to ask you again. Please tell me who you are and how you know my family's spell.
Give me a perception check.
Perception? Uh, why would you ask me for that?
So you're wielding your battle axe, yes?
You're
So you're really focused on these two individuals who are mad that you're existing.
There's
You
two of
pull
them
out the
now.
battle axe to present it as,
They were
hey,
in the booth.
I'm me. What the fuck is going on, right?
Yeah, basically to kind of just be like a look, man, I don't want to use this, but you're starting to test my patience. Now tell me what you know, or this is gonna come down across your heads.
So so you're focused, you're calm, you're collected, you're trying to figure out what's going on,
Trying to be at least.
and you hear a whisper in your ear, and it goes, "Hello, prodigal son. So you've returned." And from beside you, opposite of Bully, comes a hooded figure with a bandaged hand, and he grasps the battle axe. And you would expect for anyone touching this battle axe to immediately be dealt a painful death. Nothing happens. Would you say that anytime you wield the axe, there seems to be kind of a warmth or like a simple energy of knowing that this is yours based on your birthright? Would you say that?
Yes, and also those who weren't blessed with it should have to get some type of con saving throw to be able to not be knocked backwards and knocked unconscious.
So that hum when this person with the bandaged hands, well, bandaged arms, reaches for that, the hum doesn't stop.
Does Bully witness this?
The bully is witnessing this, yes.
At this point, I'm like, what in the figgity fuck is L?
I don't know. I think now would be the time for you to start trying to smash heads and fling people.
Oh, so now is the time. Rolling initiative again.
He has my
I'm
great
liking-
axe.
So, okay, bully, that's wonderful. So, with before you can do anything, bully, you blink and both the hooded figure and the two gentlemen in the back are gone. But during that blink, Yizel, you see this gentleman, this hooded figure, this gentleman, snap his fingers, and the world grows ice cold. The colors, the once vibrant colors, fade as though the world itself has stopped. The hooded figure looks at you and he says, "Don't worry, I'll be back for the axe." And Osiris says hi. And he snaps his fingers once again, and the hooded figure is gone. The two followers of Asar in the back are now gone. The axe is still in your hands, but there's definitely a warmth coming from where the person, the hooded figure who threatened you, was holding it. There's a warmth indicating that what just happened definitely happened.
All right,
So,
so the
Bully,
crowd is
what were you gonna
all right.
do before all that happened? Before you blunk and they disappear, were you gonna like fucking blow up the building and hope for the best?
No, I wasn't gonna blow up the building. It's full of innocent people, some of which I want to have a relationship with.
Let's see if you're better at getting their numbers.
But Osiris, all that just happened. You're looking down at your axe, correct?
I'm a combination of looking at my axe and kind of looking around wildly because one second they were there and the next they're not.
I would like to stand on top of a table before the crowd,
Okay.
and I like to address the crowd. As you all have witnessed, the mighty power of Bully and Yazel have made enemies flee before our presence. And just kind of like showboat and grand hype, or like, the crowd is still, mesmerized with us.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot speak for Yazel, but Bully is a man who's looking for more than just a quick lay tonight. I desire some companionship. Who's interested?
Give me a performance check with advantage.
Is this try number 3?
Yeah, this is yet another try, but I got the 15 this time.
So,
Look at Craigslist ad for.
yo, this man's a whole ass Craigslist ad. So let
I don't
me.
think we did the
So
Oneki amount of work.
A Leonin woman raises her hand and she stands eye to eye with you. And she begins to drink a large mug of ale, downs into one gulp, and throws it on the ground. And she looks to you like, "What's good?"
I'm gonna ask her her name.
She looks at you. She says, "You have to earn it."
Ooh, I like where this is going. Tell me my challenge.
So, as the as the night goes on, we kind of we the view kind of switches to outside of the bar, across from it, on top of a building. The two followers of Asar look at the hooded man, and one of them says, "Lord Kaiser, you could have killed them there. Why didn't you?" And Kaiser, the hooded man, takes his hood down, and we reveal to see a elf with graying skin and a bandaged eye. And he kind of looks back at the two followers and he says, "Because Osiris demands a challenge. That would be too easy now." So we're gonna end tonight's session there with all these mysterious mysteries kind of popping up.
Wait,
And
so oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh no, I was gonna say Baby Shanti has a room for everyone at the inn if you want to sleep there. Because Baby Shanti's bad all on her own.
Right. Wait, so are these Asar people? Are they the cultists well, there's the cultist that's affiliated with the person who was the werewolf person,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is some other group now that's coming into the picture.
No, no, no. The followers of Asar are affiliated with the cult that took over Oneki's land.
I just want to say for the like group minutes, my performance bonus is a +2, but my persuasion is a +5. If I'd been using persuasion, I would have made my first check.
Use persuasion.
Nah, he told me to
Uh,
use performance.
Right.
Yeah, bruh, that hurt my soul.
What's
if
up,
we're gonna
Oneki?
finish, if we're gonna finish off the night, I'd like to think that as soon as Oneki and Vez left the Oguns, Oneki went around the city trying to like pick food for everyone based on like what she's seen them eating as they've traveled together.
She's
So
an
anyone
artist.
who does, uh, maybe just some really fresh, like rare steak for Bully. But anyone who goes back to the inn finds a little like meal that like Oneki has dropped off for them in their room.
Oh,
Aw. Yo, that's mad wholesome after the chaos that was the
oh.
tavern.
Look, I went in there to find a wife. They made me choose violence.
I feel like Oneki and Vez are gonna have a very awkward conversation. He tries to and he struggles to offer some kind of words of consolement. Yeah, I don't have. I'm not really good at this.
Imagine when Bully has to go to Hyphen and Oneki for advice about dating.
This is
I
I think
Hyphen does
you
not
could
know
go.
about that.
I'm gonna say this now,
mm-hmm.
and I'm letting you know this. If and when I come across the temple of these fuck knuckles that I am being forced to be involved with now, I am going to destroy their temple.
Okay.
Point blank period. I am going to, and even if that means I have to physically rip brick by brick by brick by brick, I am going to destroy their temple. And if possible, I'm gonna burn that motherfucker down with them and me in it. I don't give a shit at this point. I talked to death. I called death in the face, and I told him the next time I saw him, I'd have something better. So why not the fucking souls of all of these temple bitches that claim that my grandfather was somebody that he's not?
The real interesting part about this for me is you have a literal assassin and then you have a trained assassin who both have their own kill list, but yours is still longer than ours.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Bro.
But so yeah, the followers of Asar are affiliated with the cultists. Well, they are the cultists. There's now a cult centered around Osiris and creatures who feed off negative energy.
So are these like two separate cults, but like under like one general cult umbrella?
Yeah.
Wait, you said creatures that feed off negative energy?
So essentially, um, to be as spoiler free as possible, because I want aneurysms to come later. The creatures are being used as a weapon, but they feed off the negative emotions that's created within the cult.
I'll say it sounds like the thing inside of my boy's chest.
Nah, it's in his pinky toe now.
Oh, shut
Uh,
up! Shut
Okay.
the, you rated your
Oh.
nearest anatomy book so that way you could say some of these names, didn't you?
Ha!
He
Fun
said
fact: there's a
classic
microorganism
boy.
book right in front of me.
Exactly. So you're proving my point here. You're doing nothing but proving my point.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure
Talk
this out because
about stuff
if
like
I can't cut it out, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh
Vez,
no, don't worry. Don't worry. The God of Death will take it out of me when I personally hand deliver the souls of these cult fucks to him.
Wait, Oneki.
Oneki, what's up?
if you don't mind, actually, I'd like to like make an adjustment if it's okay with Vez. I think I drop everyone else's food off, and I think like if Vez does try to like offer Oneki awkward words of comfort, Oneki just kind of like grabs Vez and the food that she got for him and takes him to that field where she used to take time, like spend time with Ferris, and just like just teaches him the names of all of the constellations that they used to look at when they were kids.
oh,
That's actually really fucking wholesome. Oh my god. I think Vez is just gonna be would just be like a silent, just almost like a silent comfort in that situation. Just like one of those situations where you like don't really know what to say, but you're just like, I think my presence is enough.
Wholesome AF. So while before we all run away, run for the hills. So, because next week is Halloween, we can do two things. Either we skip next week's session, or we do it this Thursday so we can skip Halloween. It's totally up to you guys.
I think I can do Thursday.
I mean, I'm definitely free.
Well, I mean, next week's Halloween, and I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to see what my girlfriend and her folks is up to.
Oh, dude,
So,
me and Ashley are gonna be watching the My Hero movie Thursday, so we're gonna be
Oh,
getting
shoot, that
like,
does come out this week.
yup, this comes out on the 29th actually.
well,
Yeah, so I gotta get my weeaboo stuff on. I already have my Aizawa costume for Halloween.
oh God, first off, you are not Aizawa.
Sir, I know. I'm sorry, I'm not him.
You are not. You are no Aizawa, and I don't even mean that from a looking standpoint. Personality, you are just not him.
I'm sorry, I'm not him.
I would put you at like a cross between Present Mike and like Kirishima.
Yeah, that's the nicest thing
They're
you've ever
both
said to
wonderful
me.
characters. Love me, Kirishi.
Yo, can we? I'm recording this. That's the nicest thing you have ever said to me.
Lord have mercy.
He really loves Kirishima like a lot.
I have a pin of him for my go bag because he's my favorite My Hero character. He's the best.
Lord have mercy.
His masculinity is so pure and non-toxic. He's like, "Hey guys, what are you guys doing? We're painting our toenails. That's so manly. That's awesome." I'm like, "Fuck yeah." He's such a wholesome character.
I said it. I said it because you are very much rock-headed and stubborn like him. So.
Hey. You don't have to keep saying nice things.
Oh my lord.
So just let me know about what you guys want to do. We can do another one Thursday and skip Sunday, or we can just skip Sunday entirely and just have like the first Sunday of November be our next session. Just let me know.
I will let y'all know.
I will go with majority rule.
Yeah.
Next Sunday, I mean, the first Sunday in November is Animal Crossing weekend. So.
Oh yeah. And Hyphen will definitely not be talking to anyone, even me. So
You said crossing weekend?
no,
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing is dropping their crazy DLC stuff, and
Ah.
th-
Also, that's homecoming weekend, so you know.
oh, true. Mm. So,
I could do Thursday this week though. That's fine.
so this Thursday.
I'm down.
Same.
Okay, I will put in my calendar this Thursday night.
Can
Seven
we do
thirty. Cool with
7:30?
everyone.
Yeah, 7:30 is better.
Yep.
7:30 works.
Okay.
Come up with a name for Lion Bay. I've got dates to plan in D&D.
Oh, okay. Wait, what? Oh, wait, my bad, young man. What'd you say, Weezer?
I said, come up with a name for Lion Bay. I have dates to plan in D&D.
You don't even have a sending stone.
Damn.
That don't mean we can't get one.
Nah,
I'm
he's
surprised
broke.
none of you. I keep sending you guys to stores and no one buys a sending stone. No one wants a cell phone.
Hey, don't worry. I'm gonna go back to the general store now that I have a reason. Now that I have a reason, I'm good. Don't worry. I don't even know her name. I don't even know her name, and I'm still about to call her and be like, "Shit, what that mouth do though?"
Hey, just so you know, I did make plans to repair the one on the ship. I'll just take that one.
Lord.
Just because you can carry giant equipment doesn't mean you have to carry giant equipment.
Big fact.
So what? I'm finna get the Ice Stone 13.
Sir, it's the Galaxy
well.
Stone S. Thank you.
Oh God. Oh, they're Android phones. Oh, they're Android phones. I might as well just pick up a real rock and throw that motherfucker. Shit.
Ow.
Shit. I'd rather just do that. I ain't gotta walk around with a goddamn Android.
Wow, this man said whose fantasy involves having an Android?
I just want to know, honestly.
I mean,
'cause,
I
like,
guess if you want, G Sobs in charge of your entire life, I guess. I mean, I guess it's better than Beef Bezos.
you know what though?
What kind of picture
Look,
space does it have? So we'll definitely need picture space.
look. I ain't even talking about picture space. I'm talking about picture quality. My phone. Look, I need my portrait mode. Fuck all that.
I need the "you had a bad day" snaps when I'm in the middle of battle. That's what I need.
Right. I'm just trying to get a water nymph titty picture in the middle of battle.
Boy, this
while
is
I'm
the
like,
head assery. What the fuck?
Oh no.
I'm just saying. I want to be in the middle of a battle, bleeding out because I got shot in the shoulder with an arrow, and she's just like, "Dang, I'm sorry. I know you're gonna do great though. Here you go." Like that's the type of shit. Like it's just to make my day better. Like it's not gonna help me. It's not gonna.
Get my enemies for her. It's gonna be perfect.
It's
Like,
like,
they're
yeah,
not
I'm
gonna
dying.
actually-
That's fine.
Like they're not gonna actually like help me in battle, but like damn, at least it'll help make my morale better. That's all I'm trying to say.
My spine is hurting.
Bro, imagine we're fighting the big bad evil guy and she sent we get them dudes across our sending stone and we get inspiration, bro.
Bro, that would be so fire. That would be so fire. Like boom.
This is pain.
She sent me a picture of the water flow.
This is why
she's-
I can't have
she's-
nice things in my life.
She sent me a video of her ass flowing like water on a river, and like boom, I
This
now
is-
have inspiration. And
This is
I
why
can continue my battle.
This is a
Like,
hate crime. This is what this is. This is a hate
Make it second 20.
how is this a hate crime?
Well.
How is